Hi, this is Rob Schneider. You're listening to the podcast See What Happens, where we find out, see what happens. I'm here with my lovely co-host and cohort in life.
Patricia Schneider.
Yes.
I'll say it, let me say it louder. Patricia Schneider.
Very good. And I think your podcast handle is a good one. What is it again?
What?
What is your podcast? I'm setting you up. What is the podcast handle you go by?
The humble opinion of the Mexican.
The humble opinion of the Mexican. Okay. Today on the podcast, we are going to be talking about something very, how do I say this? Really controversial. Really, we're going to get a lot of flack over this. Because sometimes it's really, there's a lot of podcasts out there that talk about controversial stuff, but this is going to be the big one. We're going to get a lot of flack, a lot of people, because you never know, because you say one thing, both sides of, you're just going to be shit on by both sides. So, but here it is on the podcast today. We're going to talk about
Food.
Okay, now, Mexican food. Let's just jump right into it.
Okay.
Now, first of all, I don't know if you people like Mexican food out there. I eat it 7 days a week, several times a day.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So I am I would say a Mexican food connoisseur at this point.
Yes, you are.
Am I getting the real stuff, or are you watering it down for me? Because my mom cooked Filipino food for my dad because she's Filipino. Say what happens? And she watered it down. She never gave him like the hardcore Filipino stuff. But then again, they don't have spicy food. It's more savory or sweet Filipino food.
I love chicken adobo.
Yeah, it's adobo. Yeah, that was beautiful. I grew up with that. That reminds me of home. You nail that now.
Fuck yeah.
You cooked the shit out of that chicken adobo.
Yeah.
So explain what chicken adobo is for those people who are not Filipino out there, the three people who are listening who are not Filipino.
Well.
Or Mexican.
Well,
do you have adobo?
We have adobo, but you know what? For us, yes, the definition of adobo is that it has some spice on it. Like
really?
It has to be spicy.
Of
to
course
call
it does.
something adobo.
Well, to call it Mexican, you have to have something spicy.
It has to be
in it.
red. If you say adobo, in our head, it's red and spicy.
Oh shit. So tell me, what's okay, so how did you nail this one? Because you did nail it.
Yes.
I mean, it's very my mom Pilar. You nail it like Pilar's.
Thank you. Well, I got the recipe.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we had the right recipe before.
What?
When you were cooking it.
When I was cooking it?
You were missing a few things.
Well, I was cooking it like the way my mom cooked it.
Yeah, but I don't think she gave you the recipe.
She's not lying to me.
I didn't
she's
say
not
that
like
she
some
was
Italian.
lying.
She's not like some Italian chef from North Beach who holds back that one ingredient so you keep going to the restaurant going, how does he do it? How does he do it? He keeps doing it. Because they always not tell you one thing. There's that restaurant in San Francisco, Cafe Sport. Yes. We all know what the Antonio Latona was the great chef, Cafe Sport, right on there on Green at Columbus Street. And we all know what the ingredients are. The secret ingredient is capers. We all know what that mayonnaise dish is, the pasta, scampi all'Antonio. It's a pasta, it's a pasta, but it's perfect. And it's a pasta, it's a pasta. It's got the scampi, so it's got the shrimp, the big prawn, the fresh big prawn, from not a farm, you get it from the ocean, from Florida. You get it shipped in to make sure no alligators eat it. You get it shipped in, then you cook it with the shell, so it's more sabor,
That's
more
true.
sabor, and then you slice, you quarter the zucchini, so it's a pasta. But we all know what it is. We all know that there's the surprise ingredient is capers with some of the juice. We know it's a mayonnaise dish, so it's egg and olive oil, but you don't use extra virgin olive oil because that is too strong.
Oh.
Like the one I used is still too strong. The one I tried the other day.
Yeah,
it's too strong, but I think it's the extra virgin olive oil because it's got to be more plain.
You don't have the right recipe.
No, I never have the right recipe. Nobody does because because Antonio Latona died of like a massive coronary from having this dish, 10 times a week because it's a lot of olive oil. And it's not virgin.
Olive oil is good for you.
No. But this is like, and it's olive oil is really good for you. I don't know if it's good for you 10 times a week, but he had it. He cooked
with
it
with the other fried stuff.
with the other fried, with the pasta. But he was very happy. His death was he died with a smile on his face.
I bet.
But he had like a super quintuplet. I mean, every artery that could be clogged, that needed to get unclogged, they did on this guy. But he was a lovely man. He was in England. I mean, sorry, he was in America for like 40 years.
In England, listen to you.
I don't know, because I'm going to talk about English food,
I think you got distracted by Camilo.
I did. So anyway, it's like my friend Luciano from Northern California. The longer they're in America, these Italians, the worse their English gets.
I love Luciano.
I love Luciano, but I'm telling you, like our good friends Terry and Roseanne, they say, in 5 years, Luciano will be speaking English and no one's going to be able to understand him anymore because it's just getting continue the words. The accent is the worst. He's in America. He's talking in English and it's impossible to understand. It's not possible. So anyway, that's what Antonio Latona. When I talked to him, I could barely understand anything he was saying. But getting back to the dish. The dish it's a mayonnaise dish, which we know, and he didn't use extra virgin olive oil, just regular olive oil, so it's not as strong. And then it was, so we knew it's olive oil, and you know it's eggs, so that's how you make mayonnaise, is with eggs and oil.
Yeah.
Oil.
I'm sure that you don't have all of the ingredients.
No, we do.
No.
And it's also capers in the sauce, right? And then it's got, you don't use all the sauce from the capers, which is very salty. Spanish capers, by the way, just so you know. And then, but the key is, and then lemons, the juice of like 5 lemons. Just the juice, right?
Okay.
And then you pour it in there and you hope for the best. And sometimes it comes out incredible, and sometimes it comes out and it's not incredible. It's unedible.
Unedible, exactly.
Unedible, yeah, it happens. But that's the Italian. But I love Italians because when you're in Italy, you can have antipasta. Before your meal, you have this thing called antipasta. By the time you get that, which is all these pastas. I don't know why I call it an antipasta. It's just pasta. I guess it's before the pasta. And then by the time you eat that, you're not hungry anymore. Then they bring the pasta, and then they bring the entrees. That's where you can start to get to introduce this thing called digestivos, which is like I got addicted to that.
That thing, that fernet branca,
Sí.
for me is like gasoline. I
Fernet
remember
branca.
I tasted that and I was like, wow.
Fernet branca. I think people eat more, and I think they're healthier in Europe. But I think they eat more. But they have this thing digestivo. Every restaurant. And every household, I think, when I've been in Europe, has digestivo. They have fernet branca.
It's like over 1,000 herbs or over 10,000 herbs. Let me Google that.
I think it's 10,000, or I don't know what they say. Maybe it's probably 8 herbs at the end of the day. But
it's not.
But what that happens was, because if you eat too much, because I met my friend Luciano took me up. So we go to my friend. We go, come on. We started a cafe sport. So come on, we're going to Franco's restaurant. We go to Franco, and then his wife Loretta makes the most beautiful raviolis. Oh my God, Loretta, how good are those raviolis Loretta makes up?
Amazing.
She came to our wedding. That was a gift. Just give us those raviolis. Cook that for them. And then Roseanne, the great Michelin chef, Roseanne Grimm, in her beautiful restaurant, the Anchor Oyster Seafood House, Anchor Harbor Seafood Restaurant.
Listen to this.
What?
It has 45% alcohol.
I know it does. I know. Well, that's another reason to enjoy it. But what it does is like this, because how I got introduced to this, why I got addicted to the Fernet Branca, and they don't have. Every Europe restaurant has it. They don't have it in America. Some places
for
do.
a reason.
Some some places do have it. But what the deal is, because I remember Luciano's, come on, we go to Franco's. So I eat, and then I had another dinner at Franco's. Come on, we go to Roseanne. We had 3 dinners.
Yeah, I totally exaggerated. It was 40 herbs.
40 herbs. I know. You said like 40, 10,000.
Yeah.
Very, very Patricia of you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I
anyway,
apologize.
So you're the exaggerator. Just that's evidence for every listeners. So you know what I live with every day. So what happened was, so they were eating all this beautiful food, incredible food. And then the next thing you know, I can't breathe. And I can't move, and I'm sweating, and he's putting more food in front of me, and it's so delicious. I'm still eating it, and I literally break out in a sweat, and I know this is why Antonio Latona had 5 his arteries fixed, because I was busting at the seams, and he says no problem, and he said I get you Fernet Branca, and I said whatever it is, just give it to me. He gives me like a double shot, straight up, no ice, no chaser, just drink this, and I swear to God, you'll be better in 15 minutes. We eat more, huh? And I said, there's no way I can eat more. And I had the Fernet Branca. And then 15 minutes later, I was fine. And I went this is like a miracle thing.
Wow.
And then 20 minutes later, I was eating more pasta. And I was fine the next day. But then the problem is, if you do that every night, you're an alcoholic. But also though, you get addicted to it, and pretty soon your body, like that's what Frank was. Be careful, the fernet branca, because he saw that he started the thing, and I kept going on with it. And he saw me every time he saw me, I was having fernet branca. So be careful, too much of the fernet branca. You have a little bit, but not too much, huh? Because then you know to be able to eat the food without it digesting. You have to have every meal. My brother, he's got addicted to this, and then now he can eat the food without the fernet branca, huh? So you be careful, huh?
He's right.
And so I cut back a little bit, but the mint fernet branca, holy shit, they made it even 2% less painful to drink because it's mint fernet branca.
It is just, it's
I know
just
you don't
strong.
dig it.
I don't like it.
This is coming from somebody
It's way too strong.
From a country that makes tequila, and what is that other nasty? I mean, I love tequila. But what's the other one that's really even stronger?
Mezcal?
Mezcal. Jeez, that's tough.
I know, but see, I can't even drink that. I'm not a drinker.
Yeah, because that's like gasoline.
Yeah, exactly. It tastes just like too
I like
strong.
tequila. I like the tequila.
I don't even like tequila, to be honest.
Jorodoro.
What?
Oh, Jorodoro tequila. Yeah, I like tequila.
What is that brand you're talking about?
Jorodoro. There's got to be one called Jorodoro. Doesn't that sound Spanish?
Don Julio or
No,
Jimador.
Jorodoro.
Jorodoro. Listen to it. That's going to be your
Jorodoro.
that will be your tequila brand. But hey, let's go back to the chicken adobo. You went all the way.
How do I get to Italian food from chicken adobo?
Because you accused me of saying that your mom lied about the recipe. I never said that she lied. I'm just saying she probably skipped.
Well, she made it less
one ingredient.
Well, probably my dad. My dad couldn't. He didn't have, like, I would say, a sophisticated palate. And I'm being very kind. My dad, honestly, was not like a foodie. He loved food, but like he would have he would make what I would not eat it. He would make literally like boil noodles, boil them, and then add tuna fish and ketchup, and like honestly, even the cat wouldn't want to eat that. And I said, I'm not eating that. I'm not eating. And I remember, like, because my mom went back to school when I was a little kid, and she made frozen. So we got stuck with frozen food. My dad just didn't cook. He just like literally got frozen food. I just remember taking out tinfoil off the tinfoil. There was like the two pieces of like chicken. You had a chicken drum and a chicken wing. Like the worst parts of the chicken for the cheapest part of the chicken, whatever. I mean, not to the chicken. The chicken probably think that's what he's saying. That's the worst part. That's very valuable to me. That's my wing. That's one side of my body you're talking about. But and then we had like the little cup, the little like dessert thing, which is like an apple strudel thing with ginger. And then there was like corn, and then or peas, or a mixture of corn and peas. And then you had like the mashed potatoes. The only thing edible really was the mashed potatoes and like the chicken wing. And then you'd have the dessert. And that's like, but for like months we had this. I just couldn't do it anymore. Finally I told Mom, I can't do this anymore. I said, this is ridiculous. I go on strike. I'm not eating it anymore. I went like on a Mahatma Gandhi, when I was 10 years old, Mahatma Gandhi style food hunger strike. It lasted an hour.
I bet.
So I'm not eating this frozen food anymore.
Yeah. And then what happened?
She started cooking again. She graduated. Well, she went back to school because she wanted to do something with her life and get her master's degree. She could have got a doctorate too, but she was a teacher. She was a teacher. A lot more patient at the school than at home, I noticed. But anyway, going back to you nailed the chicken
adobo. I got the right recipe.
You did.
From the lovely Tintin.
Tintin. That sounds like a Filipino nickname.
Yes.
See, I don't even know what her real name is.
Christina. Or Christine. No, Christina, I think.
Yeah.
And then from Christina goes to probably Tintina, and then just
because
Tintin.
Because she probably couldn't say her own name. That's what happens in the Philippines. Like we said before. Don't fuck up in the Philippines because you're going to end up with a nickname for life.
Yes.
She's in her 50s, Tintin.
Well,
and she's going after Tintin. She's going Tintin. She doesn't get Christina.
I know. Well, my family still call me Patita.
Patita?
Yeah.
Which means little foot, right?
It could be a little foot, but also could be like little duck, like duckling.
Oh, yeah,
Patita.
yeah.
A female duckling.
That's cute.
Yes.
I haven't called you that in a long time.
I know.
I'll start again.
It's okay.
Okay, so you nailed that.
So I nailed that. So basically that's a dish that you cook with soy sauce.
Yeah.
And rice vinegar.
Rice vinegar, that's the big one.
Yes.
Because if you use real vinegar, it's unedible. Rice vinegar is very sweet.
Rice vinegar and brown sugar. And
brown
you
sugar.
put a little bit of garlic.
A little bit of garlic, yeah.
And onion.
Really?
A little bit of onion. I use onion powder.
I never used onion. There you go. Okay, that's what I didn't use. That's a difference. Right.
And then when you're cooking, you add the bay leaves.
While you're cooking?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
And there you go. You have your chicken adobo right there.
Okay, now, that's interesting.
Yes.
Do you put garlic too, don't you, a little bit?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you didn't say that just now.
I did.
I didn't hear that. You were leaving something out for the listeners too.
No.
Okay, and
So that's the Filipino chicken adobo, but I am giving you the real Mexican food.
yes, you are. You are,
Yes,
huh?
yes.
You're
I'm
able to
not
get that in the
watering
States?
that
You're able to get
down.
that in the States? Real Mexican food? Here in America?
You know what though?
Here in America, 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 you get the real food. Can you get the real ingredients?
Oh yeah, you can get the real ingredients. What I don't think you get when you go to a restaurant is the authentic Mexican.
Auténtica, sí.
But I think it's
Claro.
because probably most people wouldn't like it.
Por supuesto, sí, claro que sí, sí.
Like for instance, one of
Then
the
what do you mean? What do you
things.
mean they wouldn't like it? What do you mean, like what?
Yeah, because I feel like
Like what you
they
ate
have
today?
to-
Pork skins?
yeah, I don't think anyone else is gonna eat it.
Sauteed skin of the pig. What you had? What's it called again?
Chicharrón.
Chicharron. Okay, I like.
Yeah.
It's warming on me.
Yeah.
Not 100% yet because my dad's Jewish. Not 100%.
But it tastes good. No, but I mean the other dishes.
Yes.
You know what though? I think like even the most simple dish like enchiladas.
Sí. Claro.
They are so different here than in Mexico.
How
because,
so? Like what?
But because of that cheese that they call Mexican cheese, and we don't even use that cheese.
What is that one? Mozzarella?
I don't even know what kind of cheese they call it. Mexican. It's that yellow cheese that tastes horrible.
Oh, cheddar cheese.
Probably, and they put it on everything. Whatever Mexican.
English, love, the cheddar cheese. The single most popular cheese in the world, so you know that
Well-
you don't like. It's not Mexican, hello.
No. Well, what I'm saying is, if you go to the grocery store
Yeah.
and you look through the cheese section,
Yeah, if it doesn't have an
It's
X,
gonna-
if
if
it
it-
doesn't have an X, like an OAX in it, it's not Mexican.
it says
Oaxaca
Mexican.
cheese or something.
No, but it says Mexican cheese.
Oh, God.
Because it's like nacho cheese
How
kind of.
dare them? How dare them?
How dare them? No, we don't use cheese.
Oh, nacho cheese.
By the
that's
way, we don't use it that much.
No. That yellow nacho cheese isn't real cheese, I think. It's like some byproduct from like your car oil or something.
Probably, and we don't use it.
Yeah,
So we don't
okay.
use cheese in our food.
What do you mean you don't use cheese in our food?
No, most of it. Have you noticed that?
Oh, that's true. You're right. But it does something like but those do chile rellenos.
Yeah, but it's not. It's like the hard type of cheese.
So it's like the Oaxaca cheese.
No, it's not even that one.
What is it then?
It's called panela.
Oh, panela. Sí.
Yeah, sí.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it's from my dad.
I know. He's just very confident when he says yes. Sí. I never say yes. I just go yes. Good morning. You having a good day? Yes. Your dad, have you had a good morning? Sí. It's almost like a Ferrari engine. Sí. Second gear. Sí. Sí. Sí.
I know.
I love it though. That's what happens. You hang out with people. Their vernacular becomes your vernacular after a while. Mm-hmm. Even if it's in another language. So but the Mexican food. So you're saying you
Most
do
of
cook
it
the
doesn't have
authentica.
cheese. Yeah, I yes.
But you'd have like a guacamole that's a little bit different though, because your guacamole is the avocado, of course, and then you don't put any
Lime.
salt.
No, I don't like
You
to
don't
add
need
salt.
it, right? Yeah, lime, onion,
Lime.
and you don't like the red onion, and you like a regular white onion.
Well, the white onion is the right one for guacamole.
Okay, so what is the right one?
White onion for guacamole.
See, I like it chunky. I like the way you make it.
Yes.
Like you don't want to make it too blendy, and it's like soup.
No.
Who wants that?
Yes, exactly. So it's just water, lime, onion.
It's humiliating.
We
to
don't.
have
We
soup.
don't. I don't add garlic, and I don't add
Or salt.
tomatoes.
Yeah, because you already got salt in the chips.
The chips, exactly.
chips got
You don't want
salt.
it too salty. But anyways,
Okay.
that's up to you, depending on how much salt you like,
And
how
then
much
cilantro.
liquids you want to retain.
And the big one's cilantro.
Yes, use a lot of cilantro.
I'm big on
Cilantro?
retaining water, liquids.
Yes,
Okay, cilantro's the big one. Now, can you screw up by putting too much cilantro in?
Never.
Did you ever have like
ever.
you never have some guacamole and go, whoa, they fucked it up with the cilantro.
No.
They overdid. So there's some gray area there. What can you fuck up with like in guacamole? They put too much of
I think if you put too much,
onion or lemon. And you hate tomatoes, right? Because you don't put tomato. Real guacamole doesn't have tomatoes. Why would you
Yes.
put it in there? It's too
Yes.
watery and gunky.
Exactly, makes it watery.
Yeah. I agree with
No,
you.
I don't
Now
like
I get it.
I don't like it. But anyways, let's talk about a friend of ours is going
Yes.
to Portugal.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and they have beautiful food in Portugal.
Yeah. And no, you can go to a gas station in Portugal. I mean, we literally ate food on the side of the road
Yes.
that somebody sold out of the back of a truck.
Yes.
And didn't think twice about it. Well, we did think twice about it.
I didn't. You
No,
did.
we got it at the end of the day, and it's like I don't know if people, unless you're from España, this is this is a great. When I did Deuce Bigelow years ago, and I was releasing the movie, I got to go and meet one of the legendary international film distributors. Enrique was his name, and he's an incredible person, and he took me out to a famous restaurant in Madrid. No, I'm sorry, in Barcelona. In Barcelona, and he said, "Have you ever had percebes?" And I said, "No." What is that? It's percebes. It's the most expensive dish in España. It is also very much. It's also very the delicacy, and there's very people die getting it. And I said, "Well, that's interesting to me. Somebody's dying to get this." And I said, "What is it?" It's a seafood. I said, "Okay, I'm very familiar with seafood. I grew up in San Francisco. My dad, I used to, with my at the Chinese gas station. I used to work at John Chang and Patrick Chow 76 in San Francisco. We used to go crabbing underneath the Golden Gate Bridge. So I knew a lot about seafood, but I never percebes. So I said, "What is it?" And he said, "It's a barnacle." So people have to go way out to sea to get this, and you get it off of rocks, and it's like for each barnacle, there's this one little thin piece of meat that's basically the barnacle, and the percebes. Percebes, and you eat this, and it's a delicacy, and it is really delicious.
It's delicious. I love it.
It's incredible. Yeah, I get it why people would die trying to get this food. So anyway, we were on the side of the road.
We
Why don't
were
you explain
driving.
this? We were driving. We said pulled over and go, let's just stop here. There could be food in a
Well, no, we stopped because I think they were selling homemade
jams.
jams.
Beautiful, yeah.
So we stopped to
Yeah.
eat that, and then next to the let's say the trunk next to that trunk that we were buying
Because in
from.
the back of a pickup truck, there was a woman who had an ice cooler with a bag of percebes.
Yes, she was selling percebes by the kilo.
Yeah. Like a big pound, like a big bag of it.
Yeah,
And she had one
so
bag
1
left.
pound.
This is at the end of the day, too.
1 pound equals no, actually, let me
Kilo, by the kilo, yeah.
No, but I'm trying to say it's 2.25.
I've never even been curious to try to make that. I've always said whatever it is.
The conversion. No,
I just said, give me. How much is that? How much is that?
2.25 pounds.
Okay, yeah, I believe
equals
you.
1 kilo.
That never. I'm not gonna ever remember that. That's gone out of my head.
All right,
Okay.
then, all right.
So anyway, she was selling percebes,
Yeah.
barnacles, out of a back of the pickup truck on the side of the road.
Yes.
Out of an ice cooler, and we said yes.
Yeah, so we bought 1 kilo
Okay,
of that.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Yes.
Then we took it home, and then we thought about it and go, wait a minute. We're buying food on the side of the road from some strange woman
So
we don't know.
we bought 2 pounds.
2 pounds or
of
2
percebes.
kilos? What's the truth, or do you even know anymore?
No, it's 1 kilo equals 2.25 pounds.
Okay, it did seem like
That's
more
what I'm
than-
saying.
it
we
did
bought
seem
2
like-
pounds of that
It did seem like...
for 2 people.
okay.
2.25.
It did seem
Pounds.
like it was around that. I have no idea how much that was. But
Yes.
anyway, it did seem like a bag. I know it was in a bag for sure. And I know
It was
that
in a plastic bag.
it was in a plastic bag in ice. So anyway, we brought it back to the hotel. Said, you know what? Maybe we should not eat this. Let's think about it. We put it inside the... we took all the stuff out of the mini bar and kept it in there because everybody knows everything's at a perfect temperature so seafood would never spoil in a mini bar. So if you know you're 100% safe getting food from the side of the road from a strange woman you don't know out of a ice cooler. So until we knew we were safe.
Yes.
We knew it would protect us.
Yes.
So the next morning we went, fuck it. And we
Let's eat it.
sat out on the lanai out there looking over downtown Barcelona. No, downtown Lisbon.
Lisbon.
And then we go, let's eat this shit.
And we did.
We ate the whole fucking bag. And it was beautiful.
So we ate 2 pounds of that.
We ate 2 pounds and it was beautiful.
Yes.
With
it was
nothing.
delicious. Nothing.
With nothing. We just that. No bread,
Yeah,
no
nothing.
wine, nothing.
Nothing.
And it was beautiful.
Just our fingers. eating
And they
those
were like,
things.
well, if we're gonna die, we'll die together.
And we'll die here.
And we'll die here. Yeah. And then we left. It was beautiful.
It was delicious.
So they're going there. And now the other thing they're really in Portugal, which is like incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Besides the wine, the Ribera del Duero from the Norte de España, Norte de Portugal, the beautiful Spanish and Portuguese wine, Ribera del Dueros, which goes with anything, by the way. You can go with anything. You can in the northern Spain, it's the Catalans. The Catalans, the accent is different because there's a lot of X's, and they speak different. The Catalans, they want independence. In Catalonia, they want independence. But they have like beautiful cheese and beautiful wines and great food.
Great food.
We were there
everywhere.
We were
Yeah.
in
Bilbao.
In
And
Bilbao
San
and San Sebastian. Yeah, the best. Probably like I'm telling you, when we're in San Sebastian, they have the greatest. This is Spain now. They had the greatest tapas you can ever imagine. There's this place and like there's a whole like there's like you have like a row of restaurants. There's a street there. Every place on it for blocks is just tapas restaurants, and they're packed. But the best one you can't even get into. And people may say that as an exaggeration, like you say, there's no tables up there. It is just a mob of people, literally back to back, face to back, and trying to get to that bar to get the most amazing tapas you've ever had in your life.
And then you eat them standing up.
And you eat them standing up, and you're happy to just be there. And I remember we just moved, slithered our way up to the counter, and eventually people recognized me, which was very helpful to get us close to the counter. We had about 2 inches of room in front of us. We got to the counter and had the most beautiful. It was some sort of tapas with.
We had crab tapas.
Congrejo, crab tapas, and it was the greatest thing I've ever eaten in my life.
Yes,
I agree. And with jamon iberico, which is this beautiful
delicious
Spanish ham that they slice right in front of you. They just have a big ham leg that's just laying right out. That's just all over. If the Japanese or if the Chinese ever develop a taste for ham, we're screwed because they're going to buy it all up. But in the meantime, we had it and it was beautiful.
Oh, delicious.
And so that's beautiful. And so, but your friend's not going to Spain.
No, my friend is going to Lisbon. In Portugal.
Great town. Great walking town, too. It's right on the water. Beautiful. And
I remember that when we got there, we were having a little bit of a jet lag and we couldn't sleep.
Right. So we just stayed up.
We stayed up, and then by 6 a.m., we just went out for a walk, and we waited in front of this coffee shop, remember?
Yeah,
for they to open. They opened at 7.
Yeah.
And we had the most amazing pastries and coffee.
The most beautiful. Like one of the greatest mornings ever to see the sunrise come up.
Yes.
With my beautiful wife. And
that was before we had kids.
Yeah. That's when we could drink.
People
enjoy
yourselves before you have kids. Please.
Yes, because after that, there's less getting drunk during the day.
Yes.
Less.
This
is occasional. When we party now, it's like one of us can party pretty hard, and the other one's got to make sure that the kids are doing okay.
I know.
That's a responsible parent.
We are responsible.
Only one fucked up parent. Let that be a lesson to all of you. One fucked up at a time, people.
Yes.
Be responsible.
Yes.
Anyway, so we had a great time. And then we just ate.
Well, we don't even do that now.
Yeah.
Like now, if the kids...
Eve.
Yes. If the kids go to bed...
Yes.
Then what do we do?
Watch
Tell
TV.
Everyone.
We watch Netflix.
It's like, yes!
Some murder mystery show or something.
Something. But we watch something. That's our party now.
I know, that is the party. That's
a party. Getting some sleep.
Pathetically sad. Okay, so going back to the food. So there's, before we get to, I want to talk about the beautiful dish, feijoada.
Oh, yeah.
There's a Brazilian version of it, but also...
it probably was originally from Brazil, but maybe adopted by Portugal? What do you think? Or
I think we talked about this before.
Around?
Whenever there's whatever the poor people are left, whatever's left over, and the poor people are allowed to eat in any country, and whether it was Brazil, whether they was had the...
Mexico?
What was left over? You got the pig ears, nobody wants. Nobody wants the pig's feet. Nobody wants the chicken's feet or whatever. And so they took this and then they try to stretch it out by adding frijoles, so beans, and then they're going to put some spices and make it whatever. And then the next thing they cook it and they cook it and they cook it. And it becomes, and the next thing you know, it's so delicious, it becomes the national dish. So in Brazil, and I don't know if it's the same in Portugal, but... whereas that becomes your Sunday dish. That's the dish you have with the family. And even it snuck over into the wealthier families. Would say, okay, what are those? They seem to be very happy, those poor people. it smells pretty good over there. What are they eating? And they go, it's just feijoada. And the next thing you know, it becomes like the national dish. So is that the same in the Philippines?
I don't know. I'm not
sorry.
from the Philippines.
I mean, the same in Mexico. Mexico.
Yes, of course. That's why.
What would be the equivalent to a feijoada?
Well, the frijol con puerco, for
Frijol con
instance,
puerco,
in Mérida.
So that would be beans with pork.
Beans with pork.
Sí.
Yeah, and again, it's the same. Whatever is left.
Yeah.
That's what you put in there, and then you eat that. But
Yeah.
in Mexico, like most dishes, they have like this unwanted unwanted parts of the animal.
It's like an orphan dish. It's a bastard dish. It's not whatever. It's a thing. But it
and
ends
it's
up
delicious.
and it's being delicious because out of necessity.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And what and I would say the wealthiest people are, the least they eat those dishes.
That's what you were talking about the other day. You were talking
Yes.
about like the royal family in England. This is a very interesting thing. I don't know if people know this.
I don't know if it's true,
I don't know if
but
it's
I
true,
read
but
it because there's
You read.
some-
What if you read it? It has to be true. If you read it on the internet, how do you not go with that?
You're right.
So you read,
You're
but explain
absolutely
to them about which is like Meghan Markle, who's just had a baby. Congratulations! Not that she's going to be listening to our podcast, but anyway, you never know. She could be
You'll never
bored. She
know.
doesn't. She could be
Yeah.
interested in this Mexican American.
Yeah, Mexican. With,
combination.
yeah.
You're talking about food today. No, but to say about that, because she's married in the royal family now, and they have certain protocols.
Yes.
Now, there are things that they just mustn't do after a while if they're part of the royal family. And what is one of those,
Well,
darling?
apparently they don't eat anything that contains garlic or onions. So
What?
I don't know. I pretty much eat everything.
So
with
what do you mean no
onions and
garlic? How the
No.
hell do you... How do you go a life without garlic? I mean, being a princess, that's one thing, but you got to give up garlic for that? I got to say, baby.
No, thank you.
Not giving up that, baby. No,
I
why
know.
would you? I mean, that's a bit much.
Well, I guess they are used to it,
They're used to it.
Yeah, because they have never...
Okay.
apparently they have never eaten that.
They've never eaten garlic? Like the queen's
And
never eaten
onion.
garlic?
No.
The queen never had like pasta, like Italian pasta with garlic?
Well, apparently not, because she has affairs and things to attend.
Fair. Who's she sleeping with? The queen.
And
This is
then-
new information. See, this is going to be controversial.
She
Remember I
does-
said in the beginning?
Yes.
This is going to be the most controversial
Yes,
show.
Exactly. Who knows? She might not want to kiss someone and have some garlic.
So is that the reason? So they don't stink?
Yes.
Yes, so, no, I'm sorry, you can't have any of that.
Mm-hmm.
No garlic, sorry.
Yes.
Well, that's too much
But
of a price to pay.
that's tough. But you know what? Our very dear friend Nino Panino, who's Italian.
See, I know. How painful is this? Our good friend, Nino Pila, from Australia.
Well, he's originally from Italy,
From Italy, yeah.
but he also lives in Australia. He was raised in Australia.
Yeah. From the lower part of Australia.
From a beautiful,
Beautiful city there, yeah.
city.
What's the city called? Do you remember?
Adelaide.
It's called Adelaide. How you doing? It's called Adelaide. Stay in the South Australia.
And we have the privilege of going there.
Lovely family, the
And
Pilas. There's
meet-
about
meet his
2,000 of
family
them.
and-
2,000 Pilas.
Yes. And eat
Incredible.
La Nona's
Sí.
food.
Beautiful pasta. And beautiful soup. First time a kid ever had soup.
Exactly. That was the first soup ever for the little one, Miranda. And it was delicious, and it was so much. We
beautiful,
had
yeah.
so much food.
Well, if you really, really have real good home-cooked food, people know what they're doing.
She cooked the whole thing.
It was beautiful, yeah.
Nino's mama.
She was late 80s, and she was still cooking everything. She was
Yes.
in there. I think that's why you live so long. Because you're still cooking. You still want to eat. You got your garden. You're out there gardening and stuff. Why would you want to die if you got your own garden, you're cooking your own food, and it tastes good? And you're surrounded by people
You know what? Though, now that you mention it,
Yeah.
like for instance on my Instagram, some people sometimes send me messages, direct messages. And some of them are creepy, and I ignore. But
Well, let me apologize for those.
but there are others asking like
Sometimes I want you to come upstairs.
like so,
Yes.
like how come you guys are not huge with all the things that you eat? And I have to say, if you cook your own food,
Yeah.
it's harder to gain weight.
See.
Seriously, even
Less-
if you
sin
cook
proceso.
pasta or exactly,
Sí, it's not as
because
processed.
when you don't have like preservatives in
Yes.
your food. I think that's what it's making people getting bigger. Preservatives.
Preservatives are bad.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah. They really are.
Yeah. There's this one that
I
was...
don't know what's in there.
well, there's this one called... I was just reading about it. Calcium...
I think if you can't read it...
I don't know about that. What about dumb people who can't read anything like me? What are you going to say?
Well, then eat bananas. Something you can't read.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seems like too easy of a demarcation line for food. We can't pronounce it. I
Well-
can't pronounce... What if I can't pronounce apple? Apple. Apple.
No, but I think, look, whatever that you have to read ingredients on, don't. If you can. You know, it's the best thing
People
you can
say
do
that.
is...
Go around the outside of the restaurants. But if you go, I'm sorry, at a grocery store, eat around the outsides, avoid the inside. Everybody says that. But then, if you're going to go to Whole Foods, what's around the outsides? Cookies, wine, cheese. That's on the outsides now. So you can't even trust that.
No. What I'm
You
saying
go to
is...
Whole Foods, it's mostly supposed to be a healthy place. It's all cookies and wine.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Cook your food if you can. If you can. I know, you know what though? It's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, that people that work like
Yeah.
2 jobs. It's not
Yeah.
easy.
You
But
get
if you
home-
can,
if you can, yeah.
just seriously, like make like an
Preparar.
overnight, like chicken soup.
That's a
or-
good thing you
or-
made for the kids.
Or beans or something.
You made the kid yesterday, like today. I made a French my favorite French quick breakfast to make.
Or your croque madame.
Yeah, which is beautiful. I didn't even know what the hell that was. It's until I was in Paris, and I went to a cafe when I was a young man, and I saw somebody eating with egg, with like on a toast with like a little. I think it had a piece of ham and then cheese on it. Well, that looks good. What the hell is that? And they said, "It's croque monsieur," and I said, "Oh," and they said, "croque madame." And I said, "What's that?" I said, "Well, it doesn't have the ham on it or something."
It makes sense. It makes
Yeah.
sense that was not called
Doesn't have
croque. Yeah, it doesn't have the chunk of ham
It doesn't
in
have
there.
a big chunk of meat. on there.
Jesus.
So anyway, that's but Miranda loves that now. She loves that. But I
Yes.
didn't have the good Gruyere cheese this morning, which is actually I thought it was French. It's actually Swiss. Somebody told me it's not. That's the way it is not French. It's just Swiss. So anyway,
Watch out, because we are all. I would say that we, and when I say we,
Yes.
I mean all. Foreigners.
Yes.
We're very proud of our foods.
Yeah,
So,
I know. I got a lot of shit for putting up a
paella.
paella picture, and it wasn't proper paella. And like my buddy chef Jose Andres informed me, you can't do that, Robbie. You cannot do. You have to come on,
Oh,
Robbie.
that's a scene.
You have to do. You cannot do that. You have to have. I don't know what accent I'm doing now. You
I
have
was
to
gonna
have.
say, like, what is that? What is that accent?
You have to have a special. They said rabbit and asparagus is the classic, like a paella from.
Well, they have
from northern
I was gonna say
España. And so what I did was I put a bunch of seafood.
You put
on
lobster
rice.
in there, and they
They got
hated
pissed
that.
off, and it wasn't
Yes.
cooked, truthfully, because it was the overflow plate. Because
Yeah.
we were serving a lot of people. Like an idiot, I took a picture instead of the paella pan. I took a picture of
the
the
oven.
overflow oven stuff, which you're supposed to cook it in a paella pan, and people just
Yeah.
lost their shit. But speaking of cultural appropriation, how about the Spanish appropriating most of the new world? I wanted to tweet that like a motherfucker. You have no idea. I wanted to go, listen to you assholes. My mom speaks, her country's named after your fucking king, you motherfuckers. How dare you get mad at me for putting a piece of lobster on it.
On a paella?
On a paella.
I
Fuck
know.
you. But anyway, I had to make nice because I want to go to. We'd like to go back to Barcelona and to
Yes.
Madrid without people
Yes.
putting an additional liquid on our paella. So I had to be respectful.
No.
And I love the Spanish people.
No,
I
we
really
do.
do. Unbelievable. And Portuguese. So let's move on though to.
I think the cultural appropriation thing is something completely different.
No, but that's true though. What do you mean it's completely different? You're talking about like people are appropriate. I'm talking about taking somebody else's culture. I don't know. I think it's an amalgamation. I mean, it's like a mix.
Yes.
You know, I mean, truthfully,
No, but I think
Italy wasn't even Italy until the 20th century, until the
think
end of the 19th century.
what people mean
it was like
now-
Siena was a city. Florentines were Florentines. The Romans were Romans. It just became a country, a unified country, just 100 and something years ago. So the idea that this is like one country, it's these regions.
No, yeah, of course, and there's always a mix.
See.
What I'm saying
See.
that the what they mean now by the cultural appropriation that they're doing is that they are not using like traditional how do you call it, like dresses or traditional how do you call it, like outfit. No, it's what is it, like
uniform or
not the uniforms, but like from a country, like for instance in Mexico we have this beautiful traditional. See, that's what it's not a custom.
It's a custom.
And some people use it as Halloween customs. And it's like, sorry, but that's not
appropriate.
Because
appropriate
it's not okay.
Well, there's a difference between appropriate and appropriation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, but that's what I think. That's what that's the whole thing that started. Now.
Okay. Yeah.
There's like, please do not use like our traditional, regional.
But if somebody's cooking dinner at their place,
clothing.
Just because I can cook whatever the hell I want.
Yes, exactly. I don't
shouldn't
think
matter some asshole in northern Spain who goes, "It's not a paella. How dare you, bastard!"
Well, because you're calling it something, right? It's like probably if somebody.
I didn't say Spain's paella. I said Robbie's paella. So I'm sorry.
What is the traditional dish here in America?
Hot dogs.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if America doesn't feel like, if you fuck up like some fried chicken, you're not going to get any letters like, how dare you appropriate our Colonel's chicken, or hamburger. What is a specifically American dish? We're still a young country, and we're just basically, you'd have to go like, if you want to go like original, you have there's got to be some kind of American, Indian, some Native American dish like maize or something.
But probably someone is going to comment on, like, if somebody makes something
All
that
right,
it's being called a hot dog, but doesn't look like it.
Turkey pot pie. I don't know what's more American than that. But I grew up with like literally rice at every meal.
But look, if somebody makes just a soup, and it doesn't even look like a pot pie, and they posted that online,
that would not.
And they said this is a turkey pot pie. I assure you,
if it didn't have crust on it, you mean like a little topping?
Exactly, they didn't have the crust. A bunch of people is going to say, I don't think that is.
I don't think 775,000 people, like what happened to me in Spain, got pissed off. It was on the front page of some fucking Libertad bullshit news. It was unbelievable.
Yeah,
it was unfucking real.
Well, because
anyway.
that's you're right. That's an older country. That's why they're very proud of their dishes.
And I'm very proud of their dishes too. Whatever. Okay, so let's go to France.
All right.
We've been to France.
Oh, I thought you meant like let's go on vacation.
Oh yeah,
I was
love
like,
it.
yeah,
The French,
I'm ready. I was born ready.
Now the French also have this dish, which is something would never work in America, but in France they have these restaurants, these entrecôte restaurants. So I'm sure I'm butchering that word.
Oui.
Which is just they serve one thing, and that's it. And the restaurant works on that. Now that just doesn't work in America. You can't even have a fast food restaurant in America that only serves one thing. I mean, even like...
What about hamburgers?
Yeah, but you'd have to have more than just hamburgers in America.
You mean like a variety of hamburgers?
You'd have to have, no, but just like, look.
What about In-N-Out
I'm talking
burgers?
about like
In-N-Out burgers only serve beef burgers.
No, but...
They don't have chicken. They don't have anything. It's just beef burgers and fries.
Yeah, but there's also, they call that what do they call it? The animal or the monster or the bastard?
The animal style?
Animal style. We just have it on like what?
No, but
they just serve like raw meat in your hands. What is animal style?
No, that's the...
No,
they have
the
a
dressing in
special
your hand.
sauce on top.
Why do they call it animal then if not just pouring it in your mouth?
Well, no, they have the protein style, which they don't give you the buns, but they wrap it in lettuce.
Okay.
But still... That's it. That's one restaurant that serves only one thing.
Yeah, but so this place, like the entrecôte, pommes frites, they get French. It's basically steak with this beautiful béarnaise sauce and these incredible French fries.
Yes,
the greatest French fries that exist. Obviously it's France.
Yeah,
but the pommes frites, they don't call it French fries. They call it pommes frites. Pomme, a potato, I guess, and the frites, fried.
You are learning French.
So anyway. It's so beautiful. And then you put the béarnaise sauce also on the au jus and the béarnaise on the French fries. It's unbelievable. And there's a line. I think it's called Relais, 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 and it's in the Saint Germain. Not that I remember anything specifically. When it's a good meal, I remember. It's in the Saint Germain, right off Saint Germain. There's Napoleon Cafe, and there's the place that Henry Miller, the great American writer, first-person narrative writer, used to go, Cafe Flore. He used to go when he didn't have a lot of money. And then next to that place is Cafe Relais, or the Relais restaurant. And there's a line around the block. And you're going like, why the fuck am I in line this long? Am I going to wait 45 minutes to just have steak and fries? And then you get in there and you take one bite and you go, this is the greatest meal I've ever had in my fucking life.
There
it's
you
fantastic.
go. So it's worth it.
We went there.
Yes.
Beautiful.
It was delicious.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yes.
And then you can go and have like a $12 small little glass of orange juice at the Cafe Napoleon around the corner.
Yes.
I'm still shocked by that.
I know. But you know what? When we went to France,
Where?
we had the most amazing breakfast.
Magnifique.
We just went to the mercado.
Sí, the mercado, the market.
The market, and we bought one baguette,
Sí.
cheese,
Sí.
and wine.
And the fromage. We had a bottle of wine, beautiful bottle of wine.
Amazing cheese.
An incredible cheese and a baguette that just came out of the oven.
Yes, and that was our breakfast.
That was our breakfast.
It was delicious.
It was unbelievable. And so we had a bottle of wine for breakfast.
Yes.
And
then we just kept on drinking the rest of the day.
We had 3 bottles of wine that day.
Yes.
We ended up going to that beautiful Crazy Horse that day.
Yes.
Incredible night, huh?
Incredible.
And I remember, like I said, I'm going to get a car this way because we're going to go to a real nice show. I want to make sure, we were just, really living together and still getting to know each other.
Yes.
And I wanted to show you a great time. So I said, I know how tough it is to get a taxi cab. This is way before Uber or Lyft. I want to get a real. So I said, I'm just going to pay this cab driver, whatever, 80 euros. Just show up here again. Please take us so that we can go to Crazy Horse's beautiful,
show.
And then, with the sexy dancers or whatever. And
Unbelievable. Beautiful show.
But we almost never made it because that guy dropped us off in the wrong fucking place.
Yes.
And I went, no, I should have gave him the address. I don't know why. And I thought I just trusted him. You can't trust anybody. He dropped us off the wrong place. And luckily there was a Nigerian cab driver who was alternately sucking on his teeth and then, not liking me because I was American. And then I went like, well, you're Nigerian. You're not French either, They're more French than you. But anyway, so he got us there, thankfully.
Yes.
And then it was a great night. And then great food. And then I think we went out.
Then we kept on drinking there.
And then we went
eating.
Eating. We had a bottle of champagne there. And then we went out and had dinner and had another bottle of red. It was beautiful.
It was amazing.
We walked around. Didn't gain 1 pound.
Yes.
3 bottles of wine.
And eating like crazy and French fries and everything.
It was beautiful.
I know. We walked a lot. But again, people, please, before you have children, go out, travel, enjoy yourselves.
Now, England. Now, when I first was in England, I must say, not amazing cuisine. And I'm not the only person who's ever said this. I don't feel bad at all. I have a lot of great English friends. And I'm a big Anglophile. And now they've got great restaurants. It's one of the benefits of having an empire, and then an empire collapses. People are coming into your country, and they stay there, and they bring their food. So there was great Indian food. But, I mean, just, heavy. Like they use peanut oil.
Yes.
And that is a heavy oil.
That's heavy.
That's something like
it tastes really good though. But
it's beautiful.
It's
yeah, it is heavy. You start speaking slower when you have peanut oil. It slows everything down, and that's it. But it's beautiful. But I didn't really find fish and chips I love, but you can't do that.
every day.
No. I mean, there's a couple of real good ones.
So fish and chips are from England.
Jerry Lewis, the great comedian.
Like that, is that like a
Told me a
traditional
good place,
English dish? Fish and chips?
Yeah. That's
England?
like the dish. And in Scotland, they still serve it. They used to serve it. Everybody knows this if they know about fish and chips. They used to serve it in newspaper. But they put the fish right in the newspaper. They still kind of serve it, but they put at least they put.
I like fish and chips.
I thought you were saying I like newspaper. I thought you were going to say I like food in newspaper.
I'm Mexican, darling. I could fry a piece of newspaper and eat it with guacamole. Yes.
Well, so they put it on like a piece of wax paper, and then they put the fish there, and they put the French fries there. And I if it's really hot, I love it. And they use this beautiful fish, haddock, which is beautiful. And I have to say that what took it up a notch for me when I was in Amsterdam, in Holland, which they have beautiful food in Holland too. First time I really had rabbit cooked, conejo.
We eat conejo in Mexico too.
Yeah, but you really have to cook conejos. It's tough, because it's like a very muscly animal, very muscly, strong. And so you have to really cook it for like a long time. And the French style version of that, in red wine, and like they said we're not going to tell you what it is. You just cook. You're just going to eat this. And the Holland, welcome to Holland. You're going to eat this food. It's a beautiful thing. You're going to like it. You're like it's spitting all over me. But you're going to like it. This is the beautiful dish. And then they had it. And it was like beautiful, and it was rabbit. And
I only had rabbit a few times, and it was very nice.
It was good. And then when you
I just feel bad because they're so cute.
They are so cute, but you have to sacrifice cuteness for deliciousness. So, and then at the end of the night in Amsterdam, in Holland, which is beautiful.
Hamsterdam, like our daughter likes
I
to
know,
call
so
it.
beautiful. Said you're going to Hamsterdam because it makes sense. Be cute, a cuter name than Amsterdam. Hamsterdam. And then at night, after you've been a night of drinking or whatever it is, carousing, whatever you want to do in Amsterdam, which is available, you go and you get this cone of French fries that is steaming hot.
Oh, my goodness.
Steaming hot. And they put mayonnaise on it, which I thought was insane. But then you eat it and you go, "Oh my God!"
It tastes good. You got me into that. I didn't eat French fries with mayonnaise before.
And I'm telling you, if you have not had that, it's got to be steaming hot, really good French fries. And then when you go, I've been lied to my whole life that ketchup was better on French fries. Mayonnaise is better.
It's better.
So the Dutch have taught me that, and it is way better. And it could be that you've been drinking and carousing till 3 o'clock in the morning.
I know.
You're in Amsterdam.
It's like if you're thinking, how can I make these French fries greasier? And then you put mayonnaise on it, but it tastes really good.
Yes.
I agree.
And then when we come back, we're going to take a short break.
Yes.
When we come back, we are going to talk about Japan and Japanese food and Korean food.
Wow.
Right. First, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. Speaking of food, you can catch some of these great recipes from Patricia Maya Schneider. That's on YouTube. Patricia Maya Schneider gets some amazing recipes. And you can catch Patricia at her on her handle, which is it's I am Patricia Maya, and that's on Instagram. Check that out. All right, my gig's coming up. If you want to come see me, please come out to the Rising Star Casino Resort. That's in Indiana, and that's Saturday, August 31st. The Rising Sun Casino Resort in Indiana. Also, September is a good time. Jacksonville, you come out and see me September 20th and 21st. I'll be at Jacksonville, Florida at the Comedy Zone. The Comedy Zone, Jacksonville, Florida, September 20th, 21st, 26th. I'll be at Seattle, Washington at the Laughs Comedy Club, tiny little club that I love there. And then I'm going to be at the Molson Canadian Theatre at the Hard Rock, and that's Coquitlam, British Columbia. That is the 27th of September, Friday 27th. Saturday I'll be in Seattle, the 26th of September, 27th. Coquitlam, BC, the Molson Canadian Theatre, Hard Rock. And then I'll be at the Mont Bleu Casino Resort and Spa, State Line, Nevada, October 4th. October 5th, I'll be at Rohnert Park at Sally Tomatoes, Rohnert Park, California, Northern California, October 5th. And Sunday the 6th, Blue Lake, California, Blue Lake Casino. I'll be at the 6th. And then I'll be in New York on October 11th, 12th, and 13th at Caroline's on Broadway, which is a great club. And then I'll be back in California performing at one of my favorite clubs down there. It'll be a fun time in October. Ontario, California, October 18th and 19th. And then the La Jolla, San Diego, 25th, 26th, 27th. I'll be in La Jolla, California, at the Comedy Store. All right, and I look forward to seeing you guys there. Thank you. And we're back with the humble opinion of the Mexican,
Yes.
Patricia.
Yes. Darling.
And so, what are you cooking tonight, by the way? I saw some formerly live stuff in the kitchen.
Yes.
Looked like
I'm gonna make seafood pasta.
seafood pasta.
Yes.
Que rico. Okay, seafood pasta. Now, how are you preparing that, by the way?
Well, I'm just cooking right now some wild shrimp.
Wild shrimp. Yeah, wild shrimp. I like wild shrimp better than that farm shrimp. We make a joke about that in, what was that, episode 5 of Real Rob Season 2? Now streaming, still streaming on Netflix. Remember, it was like, nah, I don't want to go on those. We got to go on vacation. We deserve a vacation. We got to go. And I said, what about a cruise? Nah, forget that. They serve that on those cruises. They serve that farmed shrimp from Thailand and China. You know, they. I don't know what the hell.
God.
It goes basically. They
Yeah, that's what all you can eat.
That's all you can eat. Well, basically, it lives in its own excrement until they put it on your salad. That's why it's all you can eat. All you can eat shit.
Oh, God.
No, I don't like farm shrimp or farm fish. I don't like farm salmon. I don't think it's good for. They actually put orange food coloring in it. Any of that farm stuff's just not good. Even they say it's farmed as if that's really a good thing. It's not a good thing. Not good for the environment. Not good for the species. When they say it's not.
Well, I don't think it's good for the species even when it's wild either. We were watching that documentary. You remember about the
what?
The sea life.
Oh yeah.
And how it's affected
diminishing?
by people like us
eating
seafood. Yeah.
Making seafood pasta.
Yeah. Oof. No. Camilo is just like
our dog has a flatulence.
On fire.
He is just a farting storm. Sorry about that.
It's like a punch in the face.
It is a punch in the face.
Ugh.
So, a punch in the liver? How do you say that again?
No, that's a kick in the liver. This was
kick
like
in the
a
liver.
punch. A punch in my face.
Okay, so.
Yes.
Okay, so what's the sauce?
So, it's made with tomatoes and
yes.
It has white wine.
Yeah.
And basil, a little bit of oregano. It has a bunch of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And its broth is a tomato-based broth.
Yeah, it's a tomato exactly. A tomato base, and then I cook all of the seafood and with that tomato, and that gets a little soupy. Is it
tomato paste? It gets a little soupy, so that's good, right?
It's a little soupy, and then I let it boil a little bit, so it kind of evaporates. Gets a little thick, and once it's thick is when I add the pasta. And I mix it all.
What kind of pasta are you using?
We're going to do linguine.
Linguine, sí, por supuesto, sí. Sí.
And then we'll add a little bit of Parmigiano on top of it.
Sí,
and that's it.
Reggio Parmigiano. That's nice. It kicks it off, and it's salty, and it's a great cheese for that. Or you do a bouillabaisse with no cheese, but with bread, that French bread you put on there. It's very beautiful.
I've never made bread.
You've never made bread?
No. I want to. I have a recipe on my Super Thermomix.
I've also said, I thought you were going to say you never made a bouillabaisse.
Probably no.
I mean, bouillabaisse, I don't know, but it seems like to be, it's like
I don't know, but you seem like you're going to.
No, I've never cooked a bouillabaisse either, but I'm ready for it.
Here comes the lie.
I'm ready for it.
I'm ready
Here comes the lie. That could be the podcast name, by the way.
Here comes the lie.
Okay, so you were going to tell us the story about the lobsters. Now, why do you have no problem? See, if I hunt something, or I'm a hunter, I've only hunted a couple times in my life. But if I go fishing,
I hunt something, he says.
If I go fishing, if I hunt for fish, if I'm in the water with my ray gun, my spear gun, shooting underwater.
Yes, darling.
I don't feel bad because if I eat it, I don't feel bad. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't do that.
I don't feel bad. But if I'm gonna, catch it, I'll eat it. I'm not gonna catch something I don't eat.
Good. That's how it should be.
I'm not gonna put it up on the wall seems weird. But Yeah, but anyway, you're not
I'm not
big
into
fan of that.
No, I'm not into hunting.
Mm.
You can just hand it to me dead already, and then I'll cook it.
Yeah, but you know that somebody did kill it, though, right?
Yes,
You're
but
not like
but it
because people in
helps.
America. I mean, well, people just think of like they buy like a. I mean, Alan Watts talks about this. The great philosopher
Mm-hmm.
Alan Watts. He says, people go to the store and they buy something. It's a piece of meat. It's like it's not like an animal. It's like a
Yes.
banana. They buy something that's a prepackaged thing. It's not.
Yeah, it's true.
It's not like it's a thing. It's already, but it didn't want to be prepackaged. It
Yes.
didn't want to be put in this cellophane wrap. It was a once living, running, breathing animal
I
that
agree.
did not in any way agree to such an arrangement. Nevertheless, here it is. So there's that separation. Talking about Alan Watts, the separation between what this
Yeah.
was and is. This wiggly little thing that was alive. But anyway, so once you get it
Once I go to the store and it's there, you're
No
right.
problem.
My interpretation is different, so I don't have a problem, and
Yeah.
I bring it and I cook it, and
Yes.
that's it.
here, okay.
However, I remember once
Yes.
you tried to buy a lobster, and then you wanted to buy it alive and then cook it at home,
Yeah.
and
Sorry.
I said, "Fuck no."
But what's the deal, though? I mean, you're gonna eat it anyway. I mean, might as well have it.
Yeah,
as
but it's not
fresh.
gonna die in my house.
Well, you're cooking it at the house. What's the difference?
Was dead already.
Yeah, I know, but this way it's fresher. I was gonna kill it,
No.
not you anyway.
No, it doesn't matter. I don't want it. I don't want that. I don't want anything dead in my house.
So you made
Nothing.
me do what?
Well, ask the people there at I think it was Helson's to
You
please.
made me take it back to Gelson's
Gelson's?
seafood market and cook it there. And I
Yes.
did, and I
Yeah,
listened to you.
and I appreciated that.
I did.
Yes,
I thought it was.
because that was going to be horrible, and
Yeah.
I was not ready for that. When we
I
were
get it.
in our honeymoon,
Yes.
we went to this place to
in
eat
Hong Kong.
seafood.
In Hong Kong?
I think it was Hong Kong.
Yeah, Hong Kong.
And they had so many fish in there, and then you're looking at them, and basically you're choosing which one you want to eat. And I swear, every one of them looked at me like, "Please, not me, please, please, not
No,
me." not me."
I do think that like the fish knew what was going on. I believe you.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because they saw their friends getting taken out. They've got Larry.
Oh God,
Larry's
Yeah.
going to table 42.
Oh,
No, they did. But the horrible thing, this is true. Because remember our dear friend Rose,
Mm-hmm.
my makeup lady for 28 years, for all her shows, including Real Rob, now
Yes.
streaming on Netflix, season 2. I was doing a movie in Hong Kong with Jean-Claude Van Damme, same country, and the makeup person I knew was not a real makeup person because, she made me look orange. And she wasn't a makeup person because I saw her in another movie that I did in Thailand a few years before that.
did you also look orange?
No, but
Oh.
she was like the second. She was like the second on it,
Hi, Camille.
and so it was a complete. So I said I got to get my makeup lady. So I flew Rose. She was all excited. Said, "Well, let's go out to dinner." We go out to dinner. We went to a seafood place, and what they do there is they brought out the seafood alive
Oh,
to
no.
show you ahead of time. This fish in a bag.
Oh no, that's
And then
that's
she said,
too much.
"I'm not gonna get." She's a lovely
Yeah.
woman from Florida. Like, I'm not gonna get the shrimp. I said, "I'm not gonna get the fish. I'll get the shrimp. Thank you." So what they did was they brought the shrimp over
Oh no.
alive
Oh,
in a
no.
glass cover, and they cooked it in butter right there next to the table, and the shrimp are bouncing
Oh, that's
off
horrible.
the glass roof.
Thank you. Now I don't want to eat my own seafood pasta. Thank you. You just
No,
ruined it for
it's
me.
a different. I mean, I didn't expect that.
I'm
either.
gonna go buy a salad.
I'm sorry. But anyway, that was the Hong Kong story. Mm-hmm. I know that was a tough night for you to have. It was delicious food, but like
I can't.
you don't want to meet your food.
No.
Shake hands with your food before
No,
you
I
eat it.
don't. Not ever. Ever.
Yes. So.
No. Like I cannot raise a pig or anything and then eat it. I cannot do
I
that.
agree with you.
Once I make eye contact, that's it. I can't. Yeah. But
My mom used to eat like the favorite part of the fish. She would like with the eyeballs. She would like save the eyeballs and the brain. Mm-hmm. She would eat that for her. And like I swear to God, my friends would come over.
I
Eat.
tried eyeballs once.
Yeah, it's crunchy.
Fish eyeballs. Well, you don't eat the eyeball. You
No.
just eat like there's like this gelatin kind of thing.
No, my mom ate the eyeballs. She fried it and ate the eyeballs. And like my friends would
You
come over.
cannot eat it.
My friends would come over. She did. My friends would come over to eat once, they would not come back twice.
They were like,
And
"We're
I
not
hope
eating."
I hope you listeners do come back twice. I want to thank you for listening to the podcast. See what happens? I'm Rob Schneider, and you can catch my dates robschneider.com. Hey, tell them where they can get a hold of you, Patricia.
You can find me and follow me on Instagram. I am Patricia Maya.
And you can watch our show on Netflix, Real
Yes,
Rob. And
watch
thanks
it.
for listening.
Thank you.